and welcome to the show. And we hope everything is well with you. I know it's fight week, and very much anticipated fight for you coming up. After your last fight, which was really great. Though it was a tough loss, talk about the you were winning. What did you take from that experience?
Yeah, so that was rough to go through like all 3.5 rounds and then have that outcome. I felt really good throughout the whole fight. Obviously, people came up to me afterwards and they were like, "Man, that was a great fight. That was a hell of a performance and everything else." So I think bottom line, mistakes happen. Sometimes you get caught. There's no shame in that. That's the name of the game. You make one little mistake and then you end up getting caught. So I think going forward, I'm just crossing all my T's, dotting all my I's, and making sure that everything is smooth and sound and even sharper than ever before.
Definitely, and what I could say about that fight is LFA. They haven't had many female fighters in the main event. I mean, the ones that have gone, have been in part of it have gone on to UFC, like Andrea Lee. But
Yeah.
besides her, I couldn't, recall, women fighters in the main event for LFA. So, was that a big nod for you to be in the main event?
Yes, definitely. It was such an honor to be recognized, especially on UFC Fight Pass and everything else. To be the main event was a huge deal, and the we were able to have an audience for that fight. But I'm sure it would have been going crazy. But it was still such an amazing thing to be part of the main event. Yeah, definitely.
And now, training for this fight, was it easier preparing for your next opponent? Not having the pressure of being undefeated, right? Did that affect you at all? And did you feel like it a burden alleviated training for this one?
You know, sort of. I mean, now that I'm just even more focused, even more precise on everything, that I just feel really good going into this fight. Before we had we trained our whole camp for somebody else. In
Right.
So that's been different. But as far as everything else goes, like intensity wise and training multiple times a day and making sure my wrestling, my jiu-jitsu, everything is on point. That's been the same, and if not even more.
And now talk about like when you're in the cage, like being focused. You don't have the distractions from the fans. You're able to hear your corner better. Are these things that you feel really enhance your performance? We've heard a lot of fighters, say that since this pandemic has happened and we don't have the fans in the crowd. Is there a positive to this?
It's funny. I've heard I've heard that from other fighters, but I'm honestly a little different. I even with the huge crowd, I could always pick out my coach's voice through everybody else. I just get laser focused and I can hear, for some reason I can pick out his voice, which I think is pretty cool. And also I thrive off the crowd. So for me, I really miss it, and just the whole experience, the walkout, feeling the energy of the crowd. I thrive off that. So I definitely miss it. I want it back. Hopefully 2021.
Definitely. And like I would have to ask you is that, Vanessa Demopolous, obviously she had the Shy Contender series. She did not make it. So possibly a rematch could be up. Future, your live crowd, as you may allude to, would be possible. You see that in the future as a possibility?
For sure. I mean, I hope that's a possibility. I want that belt really, really bad. Hopefully after this fight, maybe we can make things work, and hopefully LFA wants that too, and then we can do the rematch. I know a bunch of people have been asking for it, so why not give the people what they want?
Definitely, yeah. Me as well. I would love to see that rematch. Now, talk about your next opponent. Danielle Hindley. What do you feel will make this an exciting fight? Like you said, you were training for someone else, but why will it get people talking about you guys, especially you? If you come out with a big win.
Yeah, for sure. You know what? I don't know that much about her. I was told either on Friday or Saturday that I think it was actually Friday that my opponent Cynthia had pulled out, and that LFA was working on somebody else, and that Danielle was that person. So I don't know much about her. I know that we've just been training, in preparing for that, we've been watching her tapes, and yeah, I don't want to give away too much, but I know that I'm going to put on a hell of a performance, and I'm just game ready for anybody, you know, like 5 days notice, 6 days notice. I'm always ready.
Yes, and so obviously you're not looking past her, but you're definitely looking to get back in the win column, and that's going to be important for you to start with her.
Yeah, definitely. I'm hungrier than ever. I definitely just prepare to go on like a winning streak from here on out. Like you said earlier, now that I've got a loss under my belt, it doesn't really matter. I'm just in it and wanting to perform really well and show everybody what I'm capable of. So that's what I intend on doing.
And you had side finishes early in your career. Like, talk about expectations for a finish in this fight.
Yeah, I mean, I want to showcase everything. I honestly, I think anywhere that I put her, I could either submit her or I could knock her out. I could do anything. So I plan on, and like I said earlier, I don't want to give away too much, but I plan on putting on a good performance. So I hope everybody's watching. Get your popcorn ready.
Definitely. Yeah, for sure. It's going to be exciting, and of course, you're actually in the co-main event this time, and
Yes.
that's going to be a good spot for you to be showcased as well. Also, talk about basically what you do to relax after your training sessions. Anything you like to do for recovery, like anything out there that you could let us know about?
Yeah, for sure. I take ice baths on my own. I use an EMS and TENS unit for like muscle stimulation to help speed recovery up. I haven't done cryotherapy, but I have a couple friends that are fighters, and they swear by it. And then I just get massages pretty regularly, so I'm use that as a religion almost, and just get that done like 3 times a week. So it helps. It helps a lot.
For sure. Sure, and you obviously this year, that was a huge opportunity for you. Now you've got is your Faye excited are you to work with them? Is it really the promotion that's really makes a lot of fighters stand out? Gives them opportunities to get showcased, and then eventually they can go on to the bigger events. So talk about how grateful you are to be part of LFA.
Yeah, whenever I was originally brought on, to me it was a huge honor. I mean, everybody knows LFA. Everybody knows LFA is the biggest promotion that kind of feeds people into the UFC or Bellator, wherever they want to go. And so for me, getting to fight, I think this will be my 3rd fight this year. It's crazy. I complain about being not fighting as frequently as I want to be, because some people haven't even fought at all this year. So for me, it's pretty awesome. It's a huge honor to be on that showcase and be on UFC Fight Pass and just be a part of LFA.
Definitely, and you feel like that's going to breed some familiarity. People will see you on UFC Fight Pass, and then hopefully maybe you'll get a chance at the Contender Series or another big promotion. You feel like that helps a lot being on that platform.
Yeah, for sure. Honestly, even if I don't get that rematch for the belt, I think Contender Series could be part of my future, or even a contract. So I'm just making sure that I am scored away everywhere else, and yeah, I'm ready for whatever happens. But first things first is 5 or 6 days or 5 days, step back in that cage and get a win.
Definitely, and when we look at like the landscape of the LFA and also UFC, the women's fighters, we see so many great international fighters. Obviously, we don't have the opportunity to provide you with the international fighters now, but obviously when everything opens, are you excited to test your mettle against the best in the world, from other different countries? Have you had the opportunity to fight international fighters before?
Only as an amateur. We went up since I'm from Seattle, Washington. We went up to Canada a couple times to fight. But that's as far as like international. That's as far as we've gone. But we fought all over the nation, so I'm prepared for anything. And even Demopolous' last opponent, I know she was from overseas, or she was from Europe. So maybe my future I'll get to fight her. Who knows? But yeah, we'll see. I think that would be awesome, though. I want to test my abilities all across the world.
Definitely. I mean, when we find out that, you know, the current champion of UFC in that division is a Chinese, Zhang Weili, and, you know, how she's grown, obviously, you know, you can see just the potential there.
Exactly.
Definitely. And we're excited to see you perform, Friday. So just tell us, what kind of memory do you want to leave in the fans?
Oh man, I
You
mean,
know,
I think
obviously, how will you feel? How will they feel your efforts? You know what I mean? And how will you
yeah,
feel them not being there?
yeah. I definitely just want everybody to tune in. I know I've got so much support, buying like the Sampage shirts and everything else, and I love when somebody shows me videos on Instagram or Facebook that they're wearing the shirts and watching me fight. So yeah, if everybody could just do that Friday night and just show your support, get ready for a hell of a performance, because I'm hungry and I'm ready to win.
Definitely. Well, Sam, we appreciate you taking time to be on the fight board today. I want to remind everybody to check it out. Of course, Friday night, LFA 93 on UFC Fight Pass only. So make sure to check that out there. And for you, Sam, how can we follow you on social media and support your gym? And again, a shout out to your coach as well, you know, for setting up this interview.
Yeah, for sure. Eddie Grant. He's the owner and
Yeah.
my coach and manager at Catalyst Fight House in Everett, Washington. Shout out to big time to him. Putting up with me every single day, training with me multiple times a day. Yeah, and then all my other sponsors, Egg Song Farm, Gina and Mike Wassy Miller, PIT, Pacific Indoor Tactical, Texas Made Gym, all you guys. I appreciate you so much.
Great, Sam. Well, we appreciate you being on the Fightlete Report, and make sure to check it out again. LFA 93 this Friday, UFC Fight Pass. Big co-main event. You take on Danielle Hindley. So make sure to check out Sam Hughes, follow her on social media, and check out the fight. And we wish you the best of luck.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Sean.
Anytime. Take care.